Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I am excited because this is going to be the world first. I'm going to repeat, world first versus Lenticular UST ultra short throw screen versus Fresnel ultra short throw screen. The importance of this video is obvious. From the start of it, we got thousands of watts of lights. This is the big studio and experience room I've created with the Technobiotic team in Turkey, Istanbul. I've created for people to understand which one is going to give you the best experience. This is an extremely lit environment. In the beginning, we're going to walk around and I'm going to show you the ceiling. So let's just start by doing that. The ceiling has huge amount of spotlights and we got about probably thousands of watts of lights here. This is an extreme setup. And the Valerion is here and Able Vision is here. And the Epson LS300 will be probably our demonstration projector. So the start of it, it's obvious. One is more darker. This is the Fresnel. The reason is it's protecting itself from the ambient light more compared to the lenticular UST projector screens. I made early in the channel Fresnel buying guide. So Fresnel is the way to go if you got the budget to back it up. And if you don't want too much of a 0-degree watching view window, because the UST lenticular projector screens have more wide angle. By the way, I'm going to open up the projector to at least give you an idea about it and double check my mic. It's working. Nice. So when do you want to buy a UST lenticular? You could go motorized. You can go fixed like this, and the fixed lenticular UST projector screens are comparably cheaper than the Fresnel ones. But the reason is Fresnel material is more expensive. You've seen it in the beginning. It was way darker than this. But the darkness just not about the tone and gain of this. Darkness, the reason of darkness of this screen by default is the ambient light rejection. The curved surface that it has, I'm going to show you in a second with a torch, okay? Without the projector, and then I'm going to show you with the torch. The reason is, let me just show you. This is a torch. This is a fixed exposed video. So in terms of ceiling light rejection, take a look at this. And take a look at this. It's getting more contrast loss. Again, same here. Do you see the difference? So contrast loss is more. But this is the ceiling light. Easier than protecting, right? Ceiling light rejection. What about the side lights? Hit it with the side lights. You can have very little contrast loss. I'm going to return it. Whoa! Huge contrast loss on the side lights, which you can have with any home. If you are closer to the walls, even worse. If you got top lights stronger and bouncing back lights, whoa, it's bad for you. So I'm going to come to the bottom corner, which is the angle of the light that you don't think about. Let me just show you. Whoa, it's going even more because it is designed to reflect from 45 below like ultra short throw lenticular does. So take a look at this. Take a look at this. So the contrast loss is way higher. It's still getting, but this side angle, let me just show you. This is the exact point. This side angle is a lot softer light, lot bigger contrast loss here. And so you're going to see it when you see the projector. Let me just demonstrate again. The pattern of the Fresnel, the curve pattern blocks, let's just take a curve here in the center point. The curve blocks nearly every side light possible and the ceiling light possible, the only light that comes through single point. So there is an optical center point of this screen. There is no optical center point. So you can move your projector sideways, okay? But with that, you can't. Let me just demonstrate in real time, like the Home Cinema and Tech Review always do. And I'm going to put the projector, I'm going this way. Whoa! This is a bright projector. Let me just put it, and it's a heavy projector. Okay. The amount of rejection. I'm not trying to show you this is bright. Right now it is brighter. It's not bad. It's working its way out. This is an ALR, good screen. And I'm using this motorized from Rise Up, floor rising style. And I really love this contrast. And I have my reasons I'm going to tell you. But this is an ambient light rejection in real time. So how much light that goes through here can't come here. So normally you can't mess the contrast of the Fresnel with, ambient light. That's obvious. This is not way above the ambient light. and we're not even bothering the screen. So let me just move it again to show you, okay? And this is it. So you're getting a TV level of quality. By the way, you're also seeing, let me just do it like this, you're also seeing lenticular has no way near rejection. So same brightness, near same brightness. If you put it 45-degree angle below, same picture, but here, too much difference. The reason is it blocks way more light than the UST lenticular. So does this mean UST lenticular is not worth the money? No. This video is not just to tell you UST lenticular style projector screens are far worse than Fresnel. No, there's a big difference of need. It depends on your room setup. This is an important guide and you can share it with your friends. You gotta learn this. Let's close the projector again, and I'm going to, in the end, open up again. We got thousands of lights, okay? Normally, no house has to be this much of a light in it. Especially if you're watching TV, you will see your own reflections. First, you don't need this much of a light. And we are going to close some of the lights in the upcoming section, don't worry. But the rejection creates more blacks. But side angles, it's like VA panel TV. So if you're going to watch straight like this, 20 degree, 30 degree, you are okay. But if you're going above 30, like little bit of side seats, like here, the Fresnel is not the type, because with this angle, I am watching a VA, kind of like mid-level VA panel TV, not like IPS and OLED TV with the perfect side angles. So technically, if you want the best side angles, I showed you in my early videos, you should go lenticular UST projector screens. They have no side angle issues. They have always perfect side angles, and they reflect light pretty good. So I'm going to show you in the end, okay, the lenticular UST and Fresnel again with a kind of like the half light situation, but it depends on how much ambient light that you have in your room. You should be spending more budget to Fresnel. The Fresnel screens don't have motorized versions yet, if I know correctly. Nobody is doing it. I'm trying to develop one with a brand that I work with. So technically, if there will be, I will be one of the few first ones to announce it. The reason is the optical pattern has more difficulties to produce, and they need to cut the screen. And in the end of the section, you need to cut the screen. There is a center point. But with this, it's like a cloth in a long way, so you can cut it whichever direction you want, because you got like a texture and you can produce it, and then you can cut it and arrange it as you desire. But this is way more difficult. That's why Fresnels are fixed 100, 120. There are smaller versions, but not that popular, I guess, because Fresnel is expensive than the UST lenticular. It's up to you. But in the beginning, you're seeing the contrast difference side by side. One of them is obvious, but the contrast difference, like I told you, it's not about the gain, it's not about the reflection quality, it's about the ambient light blockage level. It's not about the gain and the picture level. So totally you're seeing the same level of brightness and you're getting more ambient light. If you got big windows, you got to go Fresnel, but you're going to be using a fixed screen instead of a motorized. So which one do I use? I use depending on my situations. In studio, I use lenticular UST style motorized screens because I got the limitless wall and then I got the floor rising motorized screen. You can do similar from drop down UST lenticular screen. There are ones. And you can also go fixed like this. But once you go fixed, it's like a kind of person for, I don't want to fiddle with the settings. I just want to use it as a TV, like 100, 120. It's going to be there. I'm going to open up my AWOL vision. I'm going to get the best picture. Then 120 Fresnel ALR is your screen type. But if you're going to, go motorized or budget-friendly way, let's just say you're going to use it with a long throw, budget-friendly projector, and in total cost, you're going to be keeping yourself under 2K, like a $2,000 level. And in the second-hand market, you can even use, like I showed you, 4K bulb, like near 2,500 ANS lumen, maybe 3,000 ANS lumen, 4K bulb projectors you can find, and you can fire them up like straight this way, and you can create a very cheaper ALR setup. But in the end, I want to show you, this is not just telling UST lenticular is bad. No, I'm going to prove it to you. UST Lenticular is also quite good, but let's go this way, and I'm going to show in the end. I am using UST Lenticular, and I'm going to close the sum of the lights. Let's do that, okay? So we are still having a good amount of light. Let me just show you. Two sides are firing, okay? And the rest of the room is kind of a little dimmer. So this amount of light, since we closed the spots, is still bright. I can read books. And this is a pretty good picture coming from Epson LS300. Not the best projector in the world, but a bright one. So technically, it is still not a bad image, quite good image. You can prefer this. It is far more than enough for me. You can believe me on that. I'm using this setup, UST Lenticular 120, for years now. If you have watched the channel. This is good, okay? This is very good. But this, I'm going to open up the ambient lights. This is great. So I'm going to do the full angle like this and open up the lights again to finish the video. Yes, you are getting what I'm getting. This is very good and this is great. And let's just say this is Porsche, this is Aston Martin. So it's more exotic, better in a couple of ways. So you could go this, you could go this way. Which way you go, you'll be happy. Believe me, you'll be definitely happy any way you go. There's no wrong direction here. But you got to choose your style. You got a manual car, you got a cabriolet, you got a V8, you got a flat 6. It's up to you. And Home Cinema and Tech Review, until the next video, bye from Home Cinema and Tech Review and hoşça kalın from Turkey, Istanbul. This was the probably world first, pretty much most detailed side by side when it comes down to the Fresnel and UST Lenticular projector screens. So for that reason, I want you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. These things are taking a lot of effort, time, and thought processed, and of course, experience. I want your support. It's free. You can also hit the hype button if you have. After the like, there will be hype. You can spend some hype points. It's free to support the channel. And if you comment, just say hi, thanks. That'll be enough for YouTube to push these videos up, and you will get better information in the upcoming videos. Until the next video. Bye. And hoşça kalın.